called the Banana Podcast.
Oh, there we go.
Oh my gosh, this is
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Think Outside podcast, presented to you by Baits.com. Man, we have the whole crew here today. We're just going to hang out, talk to you guys about our favorite baits, and allow everyone to introduce himself. Everyone's been on before. A little bit of introduction. I'm Joey, social media manager, marketing guy, kind of do a bunch of different marketing stuff for GSM.
JT Harden here, F3 Media. I am here to rustle up the daycare with these young kids. The OG old guy is here to take care of things with these young guys. Although they've got to catch, all three of these guys have got to catch fish this trip, but me. My finger is sore from pressing the record button. Let me introduce my guy over here.
I'm Charlie Peterson. I do social media as well and marketing along with Joey and these guys. Been cracking on the fish this week, and it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We're gonna show you some of our favorite baits, favorite lures, and we have something cooking at the end of this podcast. So make sure to stay all the way to the end.
Yeah, and I'm Jace Peterson. I'm a brand manager for Northland Fishing Tackle, K&E, and Steel Shat. But yeah, we're just hanging out. All the guys are together. We're actually on a content shoot right now. Hence JT being here.
We've got a special guest.
You gonna come on in, Crispin?
Nope.
Okay, he just wants to hang out and watch us. And
He knows better to jump in here.
That's right.
Nobody wants to be on these podcasts. We're just kidding. We're here. We're here because of you guys. But like, seriously, this is all behind the scenes. You know, we want to show a lot of people. GSM obviously has a lot of brands, right? Several brands they've acquired over the last 3 years. But the one thing nobody ever realizes is behind the scenes. What goes on behind the scenes? Product development, bait design, content creation, social media, brand manager. How do you bring everything to you, the consumer, so you can walk in the store and buy some of your favorite baits? So that's kind of what we're doing here. We've got, I think there's like 30 plus new baits that we've actually been testing, prototyping. I mean, literally from the time of looking at it, the bait design, you know, Crispin's here. Crispin's obviously senior VP. Great bait designer, has been doing it for 20 plus years. You know, Jack, he's at an open, so he's not here with us right now. But the rest of us are looking at the baits, testing them out, seeing what catches fish, what little tweaks need to be made, and that kind of stuff. Obviously, we can't bring that to you guys right now, but ICAST is coming up in July. That's when all the new baits are brought to you, and then throughout the rest of the fall. So that's kind of what we're doing here, is just showing a little behind the scenes of how we do things, from photography, video, to bring you little teasers from social media, that kind of stuff. And our company is creating all this stuff. I mean, we're family. GSM is our family. We love them. We've been here since day one. I was with them before they ever bought Yamamoto. So on the hunting side and the fishing side. So we're kind of here just having fun. Obviously, I'm the old guy of the crew, but my son's here somewhere. Where you get. Yeah, they get to catch fish while I get to press record button. So who's got the fun job?
We're also here just trying to figure out how we can market these new baits. Like, all right, what is the unique thing that makes this bait different? How is it going to sell well? And it's really cool to see that before, you know, the bait in design, I was actually bringing it out to the lake we're fishing, catching them on it, knowing it catches fish, and really believing in it when we're able to market it to you guys. Hey, guys, yeah, I've caught 6-7 pounder on this bait. This thing catches them. It's awesome.
And we got baits that like aren't totally finished yet.
Exactly.
So we're like, we got, you know, they're not in packaging yet, and we're testing them out. And I think, you know, JT was there for most of that. And
they're not even painted.
I'm sure we had, you know, some that were like rock solid, like this is going to be an awesome bait. And then some that are like, we gotta tweak this, change this up. You know, you're figuring out what colors.
Yeah, taking notes. I mean, that's the whole thing. It's all about actually real world testing. You know what GSM, the one thing I love about them is all of the pros, right? They've intertwined all the pros, all the staff, everybody in the company helps design. It's not just, hey, this guy came up with an idea. We're going to buy this guy's prototype. We're we're going to buy this and make it. No, they're going to everybody. Hey, what do you guys need? What's the consumer need? What are you guys logging on to social media with Joey and Charlie here? What do you guys want? What's new? What's creative? I mean, we know it's hard to reinvent the wheel. There are so many baits. I mean, a craw, a crankbait. How can you really come up with something that's a little bit different, but not reinventing the wheel? But it's just tweaking those things. Every angler that's watching this podcast thought, man, if I just had this, if they just did this, if they added some more weight, if they put a 4-aught hook on there, that's the kind of stuff that we're out there. But also, you take like a trick shad, right? You take Mike Bucca, who's like one of the best designers in the world. But how can you change that? What can you make? How can you take this and make it even better or a little bit? And I think, and Mike's feedback, because he knows what he's doing when it comes to designing those. It's really cool to be on the backside of it and find out what, like me, I'm 35, maybe. I mean, I'm not very old.
35,
maybe
that's it. Yeah.
But I mean, I've been here a long time. But to see the designs and actually all the baits that I've used for years, from the Senko to the Yamakraw's new one to the trick shad, it's cool to see how they come from thought, concept, paper, design, CAD drawing, testing, 3D design, all that kind of stuff. It's so cool to watch the entire process. And I think as the course of this goes on, you're going to see us do more and more of showing you guys exactly that concept of what goes on behind the scenes and designing.
Catching it. I think a thing that we do great at GSM is we really have everyone touches the product before we come to market with it. Even like for me as a social media manager, you don't think it's me as a product manager, but I'm still testing the product. Hey, this thing is awesome. It catches them. Let's bring this to market. Jay's brand managers touching the product. Hey, I really like this thing. Let's bring it to market. We're all using the products. It's not just one guy. Like, it's not just Jack Dice over there. Hey, we need this. And he's the only one touching it, bringing it to market. We're all touching it. Everyone's using it. And that's why I think we're doing great.
How much product do you think we have with us for the shoot? Like,
Yeah.
we got to have it all, don't we?
Literally, yes.
Like we have it all with us, and that's why we got some baits here that we're putting together, some of our favorites.
Yeah.
And we want to do a little giveaway, so we're gonna give the details at the end. But we got too much now that we're kind of wrapping up our shoot. So
Nobody's ever had too
giveaway.
much.
Yeah.
As the guy that brought his truck and his boat, I'll take it home.
You're taking a few
That'll
of
be
that stuff
fine.
home.
The cool thing
But
about,
we're talking about the baits.
Yeah.
But we've also got rod companies. I mean, there's 3 rod companies out there where we're testing new actions, new lengths, new size. So you've got Dobbins, Phoenix, and Virtus. So we're also out there with those. So it's cool because you get to go from start to finish. It's awesome.
Yeah. We're really in a cool spot too. We're down in Texas right now, and we're kind of in the middle of pre-spawn, spawn, and post-spawn.
We're smashing that.
I mean, we fished for the last 2 days, and we've caught all variations of those fish, and it's really cool to test new product along with shooting stuff that's in line, which we're going to show you guys shortly here, and just get a feel for everything.
Exactly.
And then we come back here off the water. We've been on the water for 2 days, and we talk about it, and we make those notes. And if a product needs to get better, we'll make sure it gets better.
Exactly.
And we can't just go to one lake with one type of fishing. We gotta hit multiple lakes and give us a different look.
Yep.
Because one lake might just be flipping lake, or one lake might be set up more for throwing big glide baits and top waters. So we've been doing a mixture of those things and testing different lures. So
Exactly.
Yeah, we've got lakes out here that are, timber. We've got gravel. We've got grass. We've got mats. We've got lily pads.
Mm-hmm.
That's the benefit about being in Texas. And you've got giant bass. I mean, you're coming
That's
down
the
here
fun
to get
part,
a
right?
little bit of everything, right? I'm from Missouri. We don't have a lot of that. We've got, Table Rock and Lake of the Ozarks and things like that. So you've got to go to places. It's different. Guntersville's got grass, and you go to all these different lakes. And so coming down here, we've got a variety of traveling around. We've been blessed. We've had, Skeeter's been in here.
Yeah.
Chris Brown's been helping us. They
Huge shout
brought
out
some boats
Skeeter.
down to help us just spread out, and everybody can do the content and be able to test out the baits effectively, right? It's not just, hey, we're going to go here. We caught some bass. It's time to go to market. No, it's all about hook sets. when you're setting the hook on a topwater bait, how many did you catch? How many did you miss? That's the kind of stuff that we're looking at. Is it the right hook?
Yeah.
Is it the right, does it have the right angle on the hook? Are you getting the right connection rate? I mean, there's a lot that goes into that. And I've learned so much from the GSM team of Crispin and Jack and those guys, Brett Height, some of these guys that are OG guys that have developed baits for a long time. And you sit and you listen to them and it just pick their brain apart. I come from the hunting world. So I've listened to the Mark Drury's and the Fred Zinks and the people like that for waterfowl and turkey hunting and deer hunting. And it's the same when it comes to fishing. And it's just soaking up that knowledge. It's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Chase, why don't you kick us off with your favorite baits?
So we are going to run through some of our favorite baits that we brought for this trip. The one thing I'd start out with is a Big Bite Baits Pro Swimmer. I throw this actually up north for smallmouth all the time, either on Alabama rig or just a jig head. My favorite size is a 3.3. It seems like, a 2-pounder or a 6-pounder is going to eat this thing. Almost always I'll pair it up with a Smeltnator jig head from Northland. The cool thing about the Smeltnator is it's available in 4 different sizes and 4 different weights and 5 different hook sizes. So you can get an 1/8 ounce jig head with a 1/0 hook. You can get an 1/8 ounce jig head with a 5/0 hook. You can get a 1/2 ounce with a 1/0 hook. It's really got your bases covered and it comes in a bunch of sizes. If I'm not using a swim bait like the Pro Swimmer, I'll use the Yamamoto D-Shad. Looking at them with live sonar or just casting, and whether that be for smallmouth or largemouth. And then same thing, pair it up with the Smeltnator, make it look really realistic. We fish a lot of glacier shield lakes with Cisco's, alewife, smelt, and that matches it right to a T.
Have y'all had some fun down here in Texas?
Yeah.
And how many inches of ice do you have up north right now?
So it's beginning of April, and unfortunately, we still have like 2 feet of ice on our lakes, where Charlie and I are from. So coming down here to catch a few bass is for sure a lot of fun, and to try different techniques, but also bring techniques from up north, and they still apply down here. Yeah.
I've not made fun of their northern accent at all.
Can you guys say bag real quick?
After you guys have said it a number of times to me, it's bag.
Shut up, big bass,
Big bass.
bag bass.
Big Texas.
That's right.
Yeah, apparently you're supposed to say it kind of like a goat or like a lamb. Bag. But no, like I'm pretty sure the boat that I was in probably had like the biggest bag of the trip. So I'm going to keep calling it a bag.
Okay.
But as of today, I don't think you got the biggest bass.
That is the bag.
Okay,
I think that came from.
I haven't seen
Our
it,
boat.
so
Oh,
Was there a picture?
yeah.
Was there a
let's
picture?
take a picture.
We're just gonna pull this little picture.
As
up
they're
here.
looking for that, Joey, go over your baits.
All right. So starting it off, Trick Shad, ABS Trick Shad. He's actually about to show you. You want to show it to him real quick?
Oh yeah.
Show the fans. This one was caught on the ABS Trick Shad today. I don't know if you can see it. Probably not, but I mean, that one looks close to 7. New bait we came out with.
Woody caught him a big one.
Woody. This is a great bait. I love it. You can chop it. Mike Buka really likes to work it like a jerk bait. Not test it. It's already been tested, but really use it. Put it to work on big Texas bass. Going into the newer baits that we just came out with, the 3.5-inch Zaco Slim. Tested this a little bit, but I really got to put it to work this week. We're fishing a lot of grass. This pairs perfectly, with any of your chatterbaits. Works really well on the smaller ones, mini jack, all that kind of stuff is great. Then the shad shaped swimmer. I absolutely love this swim bait. Kind of right when I came on is when we came out with this. Yamamoto entered the swim bait game, if you want to call it like that. Pairs perfectly with the Alabama rig, little swim bait head, Buckeye swim bait head specifically, and man, this thing's awesome.
Man, I got him sitting like between some 2 big A-rig guys in
I know.
here.
All
you old
When
guys
have you
out
thrown an
there,
A-rig up north?
I mean, yeah.
They bite that thing up there?
You drop it through the ice and you jig it.
Just like
Yeah,
It's like an umbrella. rig.
calls
It
them
just goes
up
down.
from the
Yeah.
mud.
That's right.
I think you might be a little silly, Joey. I'll start off with something that is a lot more fun. Minnesota mullet. This is something I have tied on at all times. One rod always has this rigged up. It's a big, hair jig, and I like to throw it over, cabbage flats, coontail flats, and either just a straight retrieve or I'm kind of stroking it. It kind of depends on, how the fish are biting it.
It's kind of a silly way to work a hair jig. If you ask me. Just reel
How-
it.
how would
I'm
you
just
work
going to
it?
say we're
I'm
in
just gonna reel
Texas.
it. I'm reeling
And the
like
boat
this.
that I was on slammed them on that bad boy.
Exactly.
Because what's it made with? Dull hair?
Dull hair.
It's a synthetic hair that does not absorb water. So
It's
keeps
so
that-
cool. I mean, it just,
Yep.
all you guys in the Midwest, the Table Rock Lakes, all that kind of stuff like that throw hair jigs, man. It's beautiful.
So you're going
Or
to
the Tennessee River.
Absolutely. Not
And
with this.
then, yeah, JT is going to grow a mullet.
I used to have one.
Well, you might,
Chuck, let's see your
might have
mullet.
to
You
let
got
that-
a
Back
mullet, let's see
before
your
they were
mullet.
all born, I had a mullet.
Chuck, let's see your
I
mullet,
don't got
dude.
much of a mullet. It's a little guy.
That's all right.
Just a little-
That's just a little mullet.
That's a skullet.
Next up, we got some Senkos. You can't go wrong with the Senko. I got multiple sizes. But this is something that is probably, someone's favorite, like all over the country, all over the world. You can use it in the spring, summer, fall. When they're not biting anything else, you can pick up a Senko and you're gonna get bit.
Yeah.
So
That's
Even though-
you gotta have
Even
it.
though we changed the formula a little bit.
And we discontinued it today.
Kidding.
was
That was
discontinued
April
today.
Fool's joke. That was an April Fool's joke back in April when they did that. We did not change the formula. It never will. Ever. Just let you know that.
We are recording this on April 1st, and I did post the 5-inch Senko was discontinued, and it did very well.
Should you maybe apologize?
I'm sorry if I made anyone, buy Senkos today. Not at all. That's exactly why I posted it. But I did see a comment that someone sold 10 bags for $500 on eBay. It's pretty special.
What?
Yeah.
I'm going to eBay right now. I'm putting everyone in my boat up for sale.
These might be more valuable than we think right now.
Yeah. So
Can you talk about how you work that hair jig up north? I'm still just not really understanding it.
yeah, you can do pretty much anything with it. You can bomb this thing. So you're making long casts, covering water. And I like to throw it in 12 feet, and the weeds are up to 8 feet, almost up to the surface.
Cabbage, right?
Well, it's usually a mixture. You want a mixture of coontail and cabbage, and that's usually where the the best spots are.
Coontail grows a little deeper. It's just like a
Really?
It's a lot more dense. Cabbage is more sparse, but if you get a mixture of it and maybe some grass in it too, that's kind of what you're looking for.
It's cool you can take two baits like this. I throw this on the Tennessee River, and it's I could not work it any more different. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You're pumping it.
I'm burning it. Okay.
I mean,
loading up.
that-
It's,
Burn it, then kill it.
Yeah, kill it. Exactly. Yeah, burn
Because
it.
you're
kill
getting
it.
that fluffy
Yeah.
motion. You're getting that burn and then and
Over
that's-
lead or
that's a lot of
something
the
like
same
that,
thing.
yeah.
Or pumping it, jerking
I don't
it.
think it's too different. When I say stroking it, that's kind of what I mean. Reeling it fast, letting it fall,
Letting it fall. Okay.
and then as
Yeah.
soon as it hit the bottom.
Yeah, that's
back
exactly what
up.
I'm doing. Yeah.
But it's not a lot of time. It's hitting the weeds, so you're kind
How's
of
that
ripping
again?
it out of the weeds.
Did that look pretty good?
I like the sound effects
Yeah.
that you're kind of doing there.
And it's 7-pounder chasing.
And when they eat that thing, it's gone.
Oh yeah,
Best bite of all.
there's
the
not a
best bite
nibble.
of all time.
Not a nibble.
All you see is hair out the mouth.
Yeah,
This is up there for.
we called it the
better
mustache.
bites.
We had a lot of mustaches when we were pounding on it. Crispin killed him with it.
Heck yeah.
And that's a cool, Joey, you're talking about Tennessee River. Charlie's talking about Minnesota.
Cabbage.
And we're catching them in Texas right now.
Versatile.
Yeah, and I have
Extreme
nothing. I have nothing but
versatility.
rock and gravel, and I catch it.
Yeah.
No grass.
Yeah.
No.
That's crazy.
Anything else.
We all
Yeah.
might be fishing a different way, but
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's something
But
that
it's underutilized. It's one of those baits that's just
Yeah.
a lot of up and comers that are into scoping and doing that kind of stuff. They're not looking at those old, and back in my day, it was all taken cutting the tail off of a deer hide,
A
and
bucktail.
people were making their own bucktails and things like that, and then it's kind of developed into the synthetic stuff that's not as wet and it doesn't just keep it. Crappie jigs back in the day, they all looked at the marabou. What can we do a little bit different to give it a little more action?
Yeah.
And that's what I loved about that. I mean, we watched that. We were filming it and just watching it underwater. I'm like, dang, that thing's awesome.
You notice when you cast all the
Majestic.
water that it
That
has
just
in it.
dissipates all. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
No, I usually like it's good for like when you first pull up to a spot. Like that might be the first thing you want to throw on it. Just pluck
Catching a big one,
pluck
yeah,
a
same
big
thing
one
on
off
Tesla,
right
yeah.
away.
Mhm.
Or if you're about to leave, take 2 or 3 more casts.
The biggest ones are going to bite it, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Sweet. All right, JT.
Well, they didn't give me much time to prepare for this because I was downloading footage and working while they were eating supper and doing stuff, and the
That you cook as well.
the old guy. Yeah. And then I had to cook for him too, but no, I love, there's just nothing like throwing a jig to me. I mean, when you're flipping a jig out there and you get to like really reel down and just back bend that hook, right there. One of my favorite things is the old big bite. You see it? Can you read it? Fighting frog? I can't read it. Ricky probably can't read it. He's behind the screen there, right? But anyway, the fighting frog is just, it's a great, pitching, flipping, jig trailer, everything else. I mean, to me, like I said, your Lake of the Ozarks or, Bull Shoals, Beaver Lake in Arkansas, that kind of stuff. Flipping docks, you can bed fish with this kind of thing, flip it in there. But it's just awesome because there's just nothing like reeling down on that baby and just cranking out. And look at the bulk pack. That's what's great about this. You can buy,
Bulk pack.
the bulk pack is the way to go. I mean, because we all know that we're going through these things when they're biting. You're like, oh, I got a pack of 5 or I got a pack of 10. Get the bulk pack. So I'm gonna give away the bulk pack.
Yeah, you just put that right on the front deck and go to work.
Exactly.
Literally.
And I kind of see it like, a Senko, but this is like the craw version. Like you can pretty much do anything with that. You can rig it weightless. You can rig it.
Texas rig.
Texas
It's one of the
rig.
best flipping baits of all time, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
I actually put it on a swim jig today, but I put it
Really?
sideways.
Mhm.
So then those tails are going like this.
It's different.
Looks pretty good.
I
I
was
meant to
telling him
say
that-
this. Sorry, this is important. I did put this 3.5-inch Zaco Slim on a spinnerbait today. JT kind of cued me in on it. It's pretty special. It's very special.
Yeah.
You get this perfect little shimmer.
Yep.
It's beautiful.
Not the paddle tail. Got to have the straight fork tail.
Yes, not the paddle
It
tail.
just makes the spinnerbait do too much when you got the paddle tail on there. But. So the other one is I'm gonna be different because we got swag. Anybody who was at the Bassmaster Classic this year, all the different. I mean, we got Bill Lewis, got Yamamoto, got all the big bites, all that stuff, and the FXR. We've got the sun, the sun hoodies with the hood. They've got the T-shirts. I think you guys got OG hats on
Right here.
Yeah, look at all the OG hats. Row patch, the new thing. So I'm gonna give
Get
away
on
all
the row
this
pads.
and baits.com. You can log on there. All that stuff's available on there. But I mean, it's just one of those things that everybody loves swag. That's the one thing we love about these photo shoots. We all leave here with new wardrobe.
Load up a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we my son works with us and Jacob, and he always says, you know what? I just come with a pair of shorts, underwear, and flip-flops because I know I'm going to go home with a bunch of new stuff like going to the Classic or iCast, But, check it out. I mean, again, one of the things we want to talk about is this product development. Stay tuned this year to all the social media, to the YouTube channels and everything else because we really want to bring you inside. You've got Yamamoto. All the baits are made here in the U.S. You've got Big Bite. It's made in Alabama. So we're going to kind of show you how GSM can bring you baits a lot faster, a lot of quick designs, because we don't have to go overseas for manufacturing and things like that. So it's crazy how fast they can turn out new development. Obviously, crankbaits, things like that's a little bit different. But, I mean, on the backside of this, if we can show you guys from start to finish
What we're doing.
right? Exactly. And give you a little insight about why that bait was developed and who came up with it. And the best application for you as an angler to use it. It's not just about selling all the new baits, but actually showing you, hey man, they do catch fish, right?
Like we caught them on this.
Oh, we
right?
flat out caught.
That's like
Yeah.
the biggest
It's
thing
cool
with
to
the
say that.
content that we're making. We're
Yeah.
not we want to show and teach you why we're coming out with this product, how to use it, how to catch more fish with this new product.
Exactly. 100%. What was your most fun way, if that's even a real sentence, but what's the best way you've caught them so far this week? We still got one more day tomorrow. do some scope and stuff. But what's the
I
best way you've caught them this week?
so I think before this I might have caught one ever on a glide bait. It's just not something we usually do, right?
Not up north, right?
Yeah. And I did lock the trick shad in my hand today.
That's what I'm
and
talking
I
about.
got some on it. So that was
It's a
and
great
like
bite,
I
isn't
was throwing it on. I
it?
was throwing,
Did you get to see any of them come and crush it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
That's
using the
best.
white
That is
pearl
absolutely,
color.
yeah.
I mean, it's just like, this far underneath the surface and you're chopping it, and then you stop it, hurt, turns real hard, kind of back in their face.
Yeah.
Just clobbered it.
That's
It's like a
sweet.
4-pounder.
Were you like jerk baiting or just chopping it?
I was chopping it more so.
Did you jerk bait at all?
Yeah, a little bit. And I'd play around with it, and we were fishing timber, we were fishing grass, and it didn't. I caught a
Pretty
handful
cool seeing
on
it
it.
come off that
It
timber,
is.
isn't it? It's
Yeah.
pretty special when you
I had to
gas it up next to make sure you're like,
I had to pick it up.
they're just
too.
like, oh god, I've seen falling.
I had two of them trying to grab it. It was just like one trying to grab it like that, and one was trying to grab it like that.
Flips over the back of
I'm
it.
just flipping out,
The best thing about this is all you guys, we all know that glide baits and swim baits, I think, is the biggest craze going right now, right? But the best thing about this is you don't have to have an 8.6 or a giant rod to throw the trick shad.
True.
If you've got a heavy or an extra heavy or jig rod,
7.6
anything like that, 7.6,
Yeah.
this bait works great on those. We threw about every make and model of rod that you could think of, from Dobbins to Phoenix, testing them out. Some were a little too light, some were medium, but I am telling you, if you've got a rod at home, chances are jig or anything like that you're throwing, you can throw this bait. It does not take a giant rod like everybody thinks. You got to have this big, extra heavy, and throw a 25-pound test. It's so easy to use.
Did we talk about the price point? It's arguably one of the best out there for the price. It's incredible.
Yeah. And we're not here just to shove this down your throat, but go try it. Because like these guys are up north.
Yeah.
It's so much
It's a
fun.
fun bite.
Because it's one of those baits where it's shallow enough where, like I said, when you see the mouth coming for it, you're just like, you're trying not to set the hook before he gets there.
Yeah.
Because you're seeing it. It's like the first time you've ever used, forward-facing sonar. You always set the hook because you see that thing coming at you. You're just like, oh, dang, I set the hook too. Because you're watching it on the screen. The same with these bad boys, man. When you're watching that thing come crush it,
And
your pike up north just
Horrible thing.
And
Yeah.
Joey, are you giving away a used one? Like, you catch fish on that, or?
Yes.
Well,
This
Joyce
one
has
does
never
some-
caught a fish, but
Okay, no. I wasn't throwing this. I grabbed this one out of the package, but I'm not going to give away a used one. Brand new in the package, but I promise you it will catch some. They're great.
Okay,
Also-
you asked me what my favorite bite was. What was yours?
My favorite bite this week. I'm probably going to go Berserk Buzz. Like, if you guys heard, you threw that around.
Yeah.
this
Kind
week.
of feeling it.
It is one of the loudest, like, head clacking buzz baits there is. You can just freaking get the half ouncer and just launch that thing out there. You can burn it, and it's just perfect. Head clacking all the time, doesn't burn out or anything. And I had some great big ones bite it, these past 2 days, and it's been a lot of fun.
I know, JT, you didn't get to fish or fish at all.
I got to watch them all.
Yeah.
What was your
those are
favorite? What was
fun
your
to watch.
favorite?
Well,
thing
my favorite to
watch?
watch Crispin catch them out of my boat was probably topwater. We did a lot of topwater today. We did, the Fighting Frog, the Berserk, the G Buzz, the Ribbit. We did
That's
a lot of we hit a couple topwater spots, and it's that time of year, right? It's whether they're some of them are still in the beds and things like that, but I did catch two today. I took 10, 15 minutes today, and I fished for a little bit.
Neat.
And I just you got to after filming everything for so long, but it's hard for me because everybody always asks you, what's your favorite bite, and mine is biting. I like a jig bite when it's on. It's everything's got their favorite because everybody would probably say the frog bite is their favorite. Well, where I live, the frog bite is like that much of it. You can go to Taneycomo Lake. That's about it. Taneycomo is the only grass we have in the whole state. So it's like the only place you can really go besides a farm pond or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, when it's chatterbait, it's chatterbait. When it's a crankbait, it's crankbait. When it's jig, it's jig. Summertime, it's the sensei worm or the ochi or the.
You like catching them.
Exactly.
Like,
it's everything's
You're
different.
throwing what they're biting.
Yeah,
I'm sitting here trying to come up. Like, I'm I'm trying to think what was my favorite one. And it's like, whatever one, I was setting the hook up. Like instantly that as soon as I set the hook,
Yeah.
that's my favorite one.
Like just smile to your face.
Yeah.
Right? Like
And then just wait for it to jump.
yeah, it's fun.
As a cameraman, that's my favorite. We want them to jump. When you're tournament fishing, you're stuffing it down the water. You're don't jump. But as a cameraman, like jump again. We want that because that's what you want to see. That's what I want to see. If I'm on Instagram or on YouTube or something, I want to see that thing come out. Like my favorite is like going up the St. Lawrence River or St. Clair or somewhere and just smallmouth, just jump. I mean, it's
Beautiful sight.
It's not only capturing the photo, but it's like when I'm fishing, it's like I don't even care if it gets off at that point, man. It's just awesome.
Yeah,
it's a sight to
if
see.
I'm out fun fishing, like I want it to jump.
Mhm.
Like, unless all of a sudden you got like one that's close to your PB or something like.
Speaking of PB,
yeah.
I'll talk about that.
yeah.
Well, I guess I could probably go with that as my favorite bite. Yeah, I was throwing the new Slim Zaco or Zaco.
Thank you. He's finally said it right.
You see, I've kind of got converted. I used to be
You said it right every time you said it
Zaco,
tonight.
yeah, but I used to be Zaco.
Exactly.
I'm freaking talking to Brad Height too much. You got to
It
say
is
Zaco.
Zaco. Anyway, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, I'm just yeah. I had that rigged up on a chatterbait. Threw it out over on some grass. Kind of just threw it out in the open, kind of like I wasn't fishing the targets. The other guys in the boats, they were kind of hitting the targets, and I was like, I'm gonna throw it over here. And then I kind of lucked into it. 6.5 pounder. We don't really get those up north. They're definitely around, but it's not not easy.
No.
And
Y'all
then
see what, like 1 6-pounder a year?
We're lucky.
yeah, like
Yeah.
kind of in the southern part of the state.
I've seen
More
Gussie and
sixers show
Fighter
up.
pull out a lot of them. I don't know what are you two doing?
I'm not Gussie or Fighter.
You heard that, fellas.
But the scope stick bite was pretty fun. One morning, just throwing around, trees that were sticking out of the water, and you can see fish on forward-facing sonar in there, and just waiting for one to grab
You're
it.
like, when? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun.
Trip bait bite's always fun.
Joey, how are we giving this stuff away? What are we doing here?
All right, guys. So I want everyone to tune in to the baits.com Instagram. We're going to post a little reel, kind of tell everyone how to give away, but just please subscribe to this channel. We're going to list all the details in the Instagram caption. It's how you guys are going to win. And really appreciate everyone coming on.
We're gonna give away. We're gonna go give away.
I mean, we're giving away all of this stuff.
Yeah.
All of our favorites.
All of our favorites right here.
I'm only giving this away because it's not my size.
And you can't fit anything else in your boat.
That's right. That's true. My boat's going to be pretty full.
Yeah.
Rocking on the
Load
bottom.
you up for sure.
And if you saw, I'm going to post a picture of my boat and what they did to my boat this week. My boat has never, ever been as trashed.
Ransacked
It's been ransacked.
Literally.
Crispin destroyed it.
Yeah. I do want to give a really big shout out to Ricky Bass 365. He is a huge help to us here. He answers all my calls. I'm like, hey, Ricky, got you down the podcast. You got 30 minutes to get on. I really appreciate you, Bass 365, Ricky, for putting this on. And I can't wait to keep working with you.
He's the man.
That's
We all pretty much know Eli's running the show behind the
Yeah,
scenes.
I didn't want to mention that, but he's the dog.
He's the protege.
Yeah, straight
to,
up.
to Ricky.
Well,
Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. Like, subscribe. We'll see you next Thursday. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Oh, there we go. Oh my gosh, this is